If you are an Indian living in the United Kingdom and still have your roots, or what is legally called domicile in India, there's a big news for you. Starting April 6, 2025, the United Kingdom will start taxing your income from India and other foreign countries, even if you don't bring that money into the UK. Till now, many Indian origin residents in the UK used a rule called remittance spaces, which allowed them to avoid paying tax on income earned outside the UK as long as they didn't send that money to the UK. For example, if you had a rental income from your house in Delhi, or you were earning from investments in India, you didn't have to pay UK the tax on it until and unless you transferred it to your UK bank account. But now that system is going away. The UK government is shifting from domicile-based tax system to a residence-based one. This means that where you live will now decide your tax rule, not where you come from originally. So even if your domicile is still India, meaning that you consider India your permanent home, the UK will still tax your global income as long as you are a UK resident. According to the UK authorities, this move is aimed to making the system fairer and simpler and stopping wealthy individuals from avoiding taxes using loopholes. Starting April 6, 2025, all income earned outside the UK will be taxed even if it's in India. The remittance base will no longer exist, so income will be taxed whether or not you bring it to the UK. You'll need to declare and pay tax on rental income, dividends, business income, or capital gain from India, just like any income earned in the UK. Ketan Mukhija, a senior tax expert, said that Indian UK residents should start financial planning right now. The UK tax return on foreign income can go as high as 45%, depending on the amount and the source. Now that means your Indian rental income, share, or even property gains could face heavy taxes. And yes, there is a grace period for 4 years for the newcomers to the UK. If you move to the UK after being a non-resident for at least 10 years, you get a 4-year tax exemption on foreign income. But this is a one-time benefit. After 4 years, you will be taxed just like everybody else. People who have been living in the UK for many years and were using the remittance system will no longer get any exemption starting April 2025. They will be taxed on all the income earned from that particular date. However, income earned before April 6, 2025 will only be taxed if you bring it to the UK. But the question is, what about the old money and trusts? Well, the UK is also offering a temporary repatriation facility for 3 years starting 2025. If you have foreign income or investment from earlier years and you want to bring them to the UK, you will pay a reduced tax rate. 12% for the first 2 years, 15% in the third year. Also, any foreign asset that you held before April 5, 2017 can be rebased for tax purposes, meaning that their value from 2017 will be counted, which can reduce your capital gain tax when selling. However, trusts and offshore structures, which were earlier used by many wealthy individuals just to hide money from the UK tax, will no longer be protected unless the person qualifies for the 4-year newcomer rule. Another question, what about inheritance tax? Well, there are major changes over there too. If you have lived in the UK for 10 out of past 20 years, your global estate, specifically property and wealth in India, could now be subject to the UK inheritance tax. Even after leaving the UK, this exposure can last up to 10 years. Previously, people could avoid the UK inheritance tax by proving their domicile was still outside the UK. But that's ending too. Other rules changed from 2025 are the overseas work day relief. It will now also align with the 4-year tax-free period. OWR will be limited to 300,000 euros or 30% of your total salary, whichever is lower. If your employer paid for your travel to the UK, those exemptions will also last only 4 years. All employment income, even if earned abroad, will be taxed unless you qualify for OWR. Well, governments across the world are cracking down on tax avoidance. The UK's old system allowed many rich individuals specifically those from countries like India, China, or Middle East, to avoid paying taxes on their foreign wealth, even while living comfortably in London. Other countries like Italy and Ireland have similar system, but they too are facing pressure to reform. For example, Italy offers a flat for about 100,000 euros yearly tax on foreign income, but European Union is pushing for the change. The UK now wants to build a fairer tax system where everybody living in the country pays their fair share regardless of where they are born.